Good morning, Warrior Nation. I'm Pastor Chip. I will be teaching Bible this year to your students. When we started the middle school in 2007, I was asked to teach Bible, and I've done it every year and have loved it. And since I retired from pastoring our church, Eastside Grace Brethren Church, 2 years ago, I've been teaching Bible full time. This year in Bible, we will be studying the books of the Bible: Joshua, Judges, Ruth, and the Samuels, 1st and 2nd Samuel. In all the years I've been teaching, it's this group of Bible books that students seem to enjoy the most, and I think it's because the stories are so good. Our year verse in Bible this year is found in Judges chapter 21, verse 25, which says, "In those days there was no king in Israel, so everyone did what was right in their own eyes." Now, I will introduce to the students this year the Hebrew language. They'll learn what the letters are, how to write it, and then we will write this verse during the course of the year, and students will then learn to read this in Hebrew and to recite it in Hebrew. Our year verse: "In those days there was no king in Israel, so everyone did what was right in their own eyes." Now I'm going to go outside and show you a couple hands-on projects that we're going to do as a class. Then I'll come back, show you one more hands-on project, and then we'll be done. So let's go outside. So one of the hands-on projects that we will do this year in Bible is the second week of school. I'm going to bring every class out here, one class at a time, and we will set up out here a template of what an ancient village in Palestine was like. I'm going to let the grass grow a little bit, and I'll take the mower, the church mower, and I will carve into the grass here, mow into the grass where the roads would have been in an ancient village. There'd be two roads are crisscrossed into town. Then I'll set up for the students where the village well might have been. And we'll put the village well way on the other side of this field here. Then I'll tell the students that on the back side of this camera will be where the best grazing was. And they'll have to decide based on where the roads are, where the village well would have been located, where the grazing lands would have been, where to put their house, and what's involved in clustering together or spreading out. Do you want to be near the well, near the grazing areas, where the traffic would have been on the road? So we'll turn this area here into an ancient Palestine village. Villages in Palestine, small ones, were measured in acres. An ancient village may have been 5 or 6 acres. So this isn't quite that size, but it'll allow us to make the point. And now the students come out here and make a walkthrough of what an ancient village would have been like, how far they're willing to be from the well. Water weighs about 8 pounds a gallon. So what would it like to have your house further from the well if you've got to haul, say, 3 gallons, which would be almost 25 pounds, the entire way? So we'll get them out here for them to kind of piece together or think through what it would be like to live in an ancient Palestinian village and how to manage the distances that they'd experience in their daily life. Okay, there's one more project we're going to do. I'll take you to that now. Okay, I'm down here at the pavilion that's on the property of the church. One of the hands-on projects we're going to do is I'll bring students down here, a class at a time. I'll spread these picnic tables out through this space. I'll also bring some smaller, like card tables, size tables as well, so that every student has their own space, their own table. And then we're going to use mud, water, and straw to form bricks, mud bricks, like they used in the ancient world, ancient Egypt, Palestine, and what they would use those bricks for. So students will have to make the bricks, we'll dry them, we'll remove them from the molds, and then we will lay out here in the pavilion, maybe a week or so later, a template on the floor of what a Palestinian village would have looked like, where the rooms would have been, the walls, and so forth. That'll be down here in the pavilion where we make mud bricks the way that they made them in the ancient world. So that's another hands-on project we're going to do. I'll show you a third one when we go back inside. Okay, I'm back. So you saw the projects we're going to do where we outline a template of what an ancient village would have looked like. Then students are going to make mud bricks like they used to construct houses and buildings in the ancient world. Another hands-on project is when we finish the book of Ruth, students will each be given a piece of paper, and on that piece of paper will be rectangles, 4 of them, and those rectangles will form a comic strip page, a comic book page. Each student will get one of those pieces of paper, and those pieces of paper will correspond to one of the chapters in Ruth. Students will use their colored pencils, and in the panels on the sheet of paper, they will draw in comic book form the 4 scenes of the chapter they were given for the book of Ruth. Then when we're done, students will compile these into comic books that will tell the story of the book of Ruth. So those are 3 of the hands-on projects we're going to do this year. I'm looking forward to teaching your students. So we'll see you shortly when school starts. I'm Pastor Chip, and have a good day. I'm out.